Metatron. Now, I know the name sounds like it was ripped out of a Transformers movie, but some people actually believe in him.
Are you sure about that?
Yep. In Judaism, Metatron is a high angel who is often described as the Prince of the Presence or the Lesser Yahweh. He is said to have been created from the fire of God's throne and to have been given many of God's powers and attributes. In some Jewish texts, Metatron is even said to have been the prophet Enoch, who was taken up to heaven and transformed into an angel. For Christians, Metatron remains an enigma, as references to this celestial being are scarce within their canonical texts. Some interpretations suggest a possible identification of Metatron with the figure of Enoch, the ancient biblical patriarch who walked with God. Yet Christian perspectives on Metatron vary, leaving room for speculation and open-ended questions. Now, you also might have seen depictions of Metatron as a character in some movies, such as Supernatural, his Dark Materials, and Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, where Metatron was a woman, because, why not? The controversy around Metatron continues to this day. Some Christians and Jews still view Metatron as a heretical figure, while others see him as a legitimate part of their religious tradition. In this video, we will explore the history of Metatron and the controversy surrounding him. We will also discuss the different ways that Christians and Jews view this figure. The mentioning of Metatron in various scriptures. Metatron, or Metatron, is a Jewish angel who appears 3 times in the Talmud, in a few brief sections in the Aggadah, and in mystical Kabbalistic teachings found in rabbinic literature. The figure serves as one of the markers for the dualist tendencies that exist in the Tanakh and later Christian doctrines, otherwise monotheistic conceptions. He's occasionally described as performing the duties of the celestial scribe in the Jewish Kabbalistic tradition. There is disagreement over the origin of the name Metatron because neither the Torah nor the Bible make reference to it. He is also referred to in Islamic tradition as Metatron, the veil's angel. Some other books that make mention of Metatron are a Sefer Hekalot, Book of Palaces. This mystical work from the early rabbinic period includes passages that mention Metatron as an exalted angelic being who holds a prominent position in the heavenly hierarchy. The text describes Metatron as a celestial scribe, mediator, and guide to heavenly realms. Sefer Raziel Hamalach, Book of Raziel the Angel. This medieval Jewish mystical text, attributed to the angel Raziel, contains teachings on angelic knowledge and mystical practices. While it doesn't provide an extensive account of Metatron, there are brief mentions of Metatron's role as a mediator and intercessor between God and humanity. If you're enjoying this video, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out and it means a lot to me. Thanks, let's continue. Depictions of Metatron. And Metatron is a high-ranking angel or being in Jewish, Christian, Islamic, and occult traditions. Some believe that he is the most powerful angel in heaven. Metatron is said to have once been a human named Enoch, who was taken up to heaven and transformed into an angel. In heaven, Metatron is said to have been granted the ability to gaze upon God's countenance. He is also said to be the scribe of God, recording the sins and merits of all people. Metatron is also said to be a mediator between God and Israel. However, there are several issues with the idea of Metatron. First, he is not mentioned in the Hebrew Bible or the New Testament. Second, his name does not appear in any Jewish texts until the 2nd century AD. Third, the descriptions of Metatron vary widely from one tradition to another. Despite these issues, Metatron remains a popular figure in many cultures. He's often depicted as a winged angel with a 6-winged seraphim. He is also sometimes depicted as a child or a dwarf. Metatron is often associated with the Tree of Life, and he is sometimes said to be the gatekeeper of heaven. Christianity, Judaism, and Islamic view on Metatron. The Christian view of Metatron is complex and varies from denomination to denomination. Some Christians believe that Metatron is a legitimate angel mentioned in the Bible, while others believe that he is apocryphal or even demonic. Those who believe that Metatron is a legitimate angel often point to the Book of Enoch, a non-canonical Jewish text that was written in the 2nd century BC. The Book of Enoch describes Metatron as a high-ranking angel who was once a human named Enoch. Enoch was taken up to heaven and transformed into an angel, and he was given a number of important tasks, including serving as the scribe of God and mediating between God and humanity. However, the Book of Enoch is not considered to be part of the Christian canon, and many Christians believe that it's not reliable. They point out that the Book of Enoch was written centuries before the time of Jesus, and that it contains a number of ideas that are not consistent with Christian teachings. As a result, most Christians do not believe that Metatron is a legitimate angel. However, there are some Christians who believe that Metatron is a real angel, but that he is not as powerful or important as some people believe. They argue that Metatron is simply one of many angels who serve God, and that he should not be worshipped or venerated. However, in some Jewish mystical texts, Metatron is a much more important figure. He's often described as the scribe of God, the mediator between God and humanity, and even the lesser Yahweh. Ultimately, the Christian view of Metatron is a matter of personal interpretation. There is no one definitive answer to the question of whether or not Metatron is a real angel. At the same time, there is no single Jewish view on Metatron. Some Jews believe in the Metatron myth, while others do not. Those who believe in the myth often view Metatron as a powerful and important angel, but they do not worship him or give him any divine status. However, the Islamic view of Metatron is also one to look at. The Quran does not mention Metatron by name, but some scholars believe that the prophet Uzair, mentioned in Surah 9:30-31, may be a reference to Metatron. Uzair is another name for the prophet Ezra, who is also identified with Metatron in Merkabah mysticism, a Jewish mystical tradition. Those who believe that Metatron is mentioned in the Quran argue that the passage Surah 9:30-31 refers to Uzair being resurrected by God after being presumed dead. They believe that this passage is an indication that Metatron is a powerful angel who has special powers, such as the ability to resurrect the dead. However, other scholars argue that the passage Surah 9:30-31 is not referring to Metatron at all. They believe that the passage is simply referring to Uzair's miraculous return from death, and that there is no need to connect it with Metatron. The controversy surrounding Metatron primarily stems from the divergent beliefs, interpretations, and understandings of this celestial being within different religious traditions. Here are some key factors that contribute to the controversy. 1. Christian perspectives. Within Christianity, the controversy arises because references to Metatron are scarce within canonical texts, leading to varied interpretations and uncertainties about the identity and significance of Metatron. Some Christians may view Metatron as a lesser-known angel or an aspect of other angelic figures, while others may dismiss Metatron as a non-biblical concept altogether. 2. Jewish mystical traditions. In Jewish mystical traditions, particularly in Kabbalah and other mystical writings, Metatron assumes a central role and is highly revered. This prominence given to Metatron can create tensions with certain Jewish individuals or sects who prioritize more traditional interpretations of Jewish texts and do not embrace the mystical aspects of Metatron's character. 3. Angelic hierarchy and divine mediation. Metatron's elevated status as a celestial being, often associated with divine mediation and immense power, raises theological questions and debates. The concept of a figure like Metatron possessing attributes and responsibilities similar to those attributed to God or other major divine beings can challenge established theological frameworks and lead to disagreements. 4. Historical and cultural contexts. Historical, cultural, and regional influences can also contribute to the controversy surrounding Metatron. Different religious and mystical traditions within Christianity and Judaism have evolved over time, each with its own interpretations, an emphasis on angelic beings. These variations can lead to contrasting perspectives and conflicting opinions on the nature and significance of Metatron. There are varying views on Metatron among notable theologians, scholars, and religious leaders, reflecting the diversity of interpretations and beliefs within different religious traditions. Here are a few examples. 1. Jewish perspectives, or Rabbi Moses ben Maimonides. Maimonides, a prominent medieval Jewish philosopher, categorized belief in Metatron as a form of idolatry. He emphasized the worship of God alone and rejected the veneration of any angelic or intermediary figure. Rabbi Isaac Luria, the Ari. Luria, a 16th century Kabbalist, regarded Metatron as a significant figure in the angelic hierarchy and considered him as an exalted being associated with divine revelation and spiritual guidance. 2. Christian perspectives. Origen of Alexandria. Origen, an early Christian theologian, mentioned Metatron in his works, equating him with the figure of Enoch and emphasizing his role as a mediator and intercessor. Dionysius, the Areopagite Dionysius, a Christian mystic of the 5th to 6th centuries, referred to a celestial hierarchy that included the name Metatron as a high-ranking angelic being associated with divine illumination and knowledge. 3. Contemporary scholars. Gershom Scholem. Scholem, a renowned scholar of Jewish mysticism, explored the concept of Metatron extensively. He highlighted Metatron's significance in Kabbalistic and mystical traditions, emphasizing his role as a guide and revealer of divine mysteries. Margaret Barker. Barker, a biblical scholar, has explored angelic traditions within early Jewish and Christian texts. She has touched upon the figure of Metatron, examining his possible connections to the divine council and the role of angels in early religious traditions. I think the controversy surrounding Metatron is fascinating. It shows that even within the same religion, there can be different interpretations of a single figure. It also shows that people's beliefs about angels are often shaped by their own cultural and religious background. Ultimately, I think the question of whether or not Metatron is real is a matter of personal belief. There is no right or wrong answer, and everyone is free to believe what they want. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. I'll do my best to answer them as soon as possible. Thanks again for watching.